Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Well, you see it right there. We have got a wet start to our work week ahead. Thank you for joining us here tonight. I'm Eric Miller. We've got more clouds coming in tonight, leading to rain tomorrow and some chances for thunderstorms on Tuesday. Meteorologist Amy Wilmoth is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with how things are timing out. Amy.
Well, it's all because of this low pressure system off the coast. Thankfully, this weekend it was nice and dry. This was far enough away from us. It didn't cause any issues. But now it's going to start to move back to the west and northwest. And that means an increased chance for rain for us starting tomorrow. So let's take a big picture look at where this low goes in the coming days. Through the day Monday, it gets closer to central North Carolina. It's with us through Tuesday. It starts to pull away from us Wednesday, but we'll still have a chance for rain on Wednesday. It looks like the highest rain chance will be overnight Monday and into Tuesday. Storms will also be possible. Still a 40% chance for rain on Wednesday, and then rain chances really start to drop off by Thursday and Friday. So hour by hour on Monday, the first half of the day should be dry aside from a stray sprinkle or two. Notice how those rain chances really go up the second half of the day. And the best chance for rain tomorrow is going to be in our eastern communities. That's where you have a 40% to 50% chance for scattered showers and storms. Coming up, we'll talk about rainfall totals, who could see up to 2 inches of rain in the coming days.
Amy, thank you very much. New at 6, a woman is dead and a man is facing charges after a serious crash near Fayetteville's Cross Creek Mall. Fayetteville police say it happened just after 11 a.m. A pickup truck slammed into a Volkswagen and pushed that car into a utility pole on Morganton Road. Officers say that pickup truck was speeding. The driver of the Volkswagen died in the crash. The pickup truck driver, Richard Goodyear, is facing charges including death by vehicle, reckless driving, and driving on the wrong side of the road. This evening, Durham police are trying to piece together how 2 people wound up shot in an incident that sent officers to multiple parts of the Bull City miles apart. It happened just before 2 this morning. DPD says officers heard gunshots in the heart of downtown near East Main Street and South Mangum Street. They found a crime scene there, but no victims. Just a few minutes later, officers found one victim nearly 3 miles away on Mead Lane. The man was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. A second victim later walked into the hospital with a gunshot wound. DPD is asking if you have got any information on what happened here to please call Crime Stoppers. New tonight, a Goldsboro woman is in critical condition after being shot early this morning. Goldsboro police say they got a ShotSpotter alert just before 7 a.m. Officers found the woman inside a home on Wilmington Avenue near Eiler Street. Police told us several other people were inside that home, but thankfully weren't hurt. So far, no arrests have been made. Raleigh police have arrested one person they say broke into several cars during a Nelly concert. They say it happened last night at the Coastal Credit Union Music Park on Walnut Creek. WRAL's Kirsten Clark is live tonight at the music park. Kirsten, this is just one of many strings of car break-ins in the area recently.
Eric, we are still working to learn more about the break-ins here last night, but police tell us that at least one firearm was stolen, and they say it is possible that there were even more firearms stolen. Now, the officer that we spoke with say the parking lots here were actually in just one of the general parking lots here at the music park, but they say that the lots are watched constantly, even with drones, but they say it is impossible to prevent break-ins. Now, we know that Raleigh police in July alone were investigating more than 50 car break-ins, including a string of break-ins here at Walnut Creek during a different concert. And during those break-ins, guns were also stolen. So police are urging people just to lock their doors and to make sure that they don't leave valuables or firearms in their cars. Again, we are working to learn more information about those break-ins last night, and we will bring you any new information as we have it. Live in Raleigh, Kirsten Clark, WRAL News.
Kirsten, thank you very much. Durham police are looking for the driver involved in a deadly hit and run near a bus stop. Officers responded late last night after that driver ran off the road, hit 2 signs, and then a man named Richard Ferguson Jr. Ferguson died at the hospital. This all played out along Chalk Level Road near the Soho apartment homes. Police think the suspect was driving an orange Jeep. It likely has damage to the front end or hood. In Goldsboro, police responded to a deadly crash involving 2 people in wheelchairs. One of them died. Her name was Chiniko Pugh. The other victim is currently in the hospital. Police say a car hit both victims on John Street Friday morning. So far, no arrests have been made and no charges filed. We're working to learn more about the person killed in a wrong-way crash in Fayetteville. It happened on Cliffdale Road. Police say a car was driving the wrong way and hit another car head-on. We're working to learn the condition of the other driver and any possible passengers and more about the driver killed. We'll update you both on air and online when we get those answers. One person is dead, 3 others injured after a head-on crash in Durham County. State Highway Patrol says one car was headed the wrong way on I-885 and hit the other car. We're working to learn more about the condition of those who survived and what exactly led to that crash. Should North Carolina bring back the death penalty? It's a question that's receiving increased attention even from the White House. It stems from last month's Charlotte stabbing death of Irina Zarutska. President Donald Trump said her alleged killer should be executed. North Carolina hasn't executed anyone in nearly 20 years. Now state Republican leaders say that needs to change.
We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are.
I personally am looking into ways to restart the death penalty here in North Carolina.
In recent years, North Carolina has sentenced more people to death than most other states, but the state hasn't actually executed anyone since 2006. For details on why that is and what state lawmakers say they want to change, find our latest reporting on WRAL.com. A Durham community came together to address the affordable housing crisis. Across the state, a recent study by the NC Chamber Foundation found that the state needs 760,000 new housing units over the next 5 years to meet the need across its 100 counties. WRAL's Laura Levine explains the effort to engage people in fighting for solutions in areas with the greatest need.
Dozens of people filled this room inside Covenant Presbyterian Church to discuss a long, hard-fought issue.
Affordable housing is very valuable to our community, and particularly because we do desire to transition out and be financially stable.
Crystal Graves lives in Durham Housing Authority's Cornwallis Road community. She shared strong remarks on this panel, moderated by County Commissioner Michelle Burton, about the desire for so many to live in a safe, affordable area.
In a lot of underrepresented communities, jobs that are available to us are not jobs that can pay the rent that Durham is charging right now. So learning how to have trades, learning how to have second income without taking ourselves away from our family.
She says the lack of housing here impacts mental and physical health, pushing for units with better accessibility to hospitals, schools, and resources.
The definition of affordable housing is very vast and wide, but the people who really are needing housing don't always make the income that's necessary, and they need to be prepared. They need to be educated, provide programs to prepare them because they desire to own homes. They desire to change their circumstances.
This is the lead organizer with Durham Can, an organization that has fought for hundreds of units and new development projects across Durham.
What does it require? What are people needing to know about it? Advocating, going to city council when people need a real affordable amount, saying, no, we need more at 30% versus 80%.
Durham's Mayor Leo Williams said at the opening of the latest Vanguard development that there are about 3,000 housing units coming in the pipeline. Advocates believe that this is just scratching the surface.
The next step is really just building that power, connecting with communities like Cornwallis, like McDougall Terrace, like Oxford Manor, lifting those voices to say this is what we need.
Laura Levine, WRAL News in Durham.
Several cities and towns around our area aren't getting as much sales tax money this year because they're in trouble with the state. You see a full list right here. It includes places like Siler City, Elm City, and Spring Lake. The local government commission withheld some of their revenue because they didn't get audit paperwork in on time. The city of Durham is about to start a project to overhaul part of its utility system. Crews will soon start replacing a whole lot of water and sewer lines in East Durham. This map shows all the areas that are getting upgrades. Some of these pipes were first installed in the 1800s. Upgraded utility lines should make everything run smoother. The first phase of the project starts in the Grant Park area near Simmons and Linwood. Up ahead, Hops for Hope, a beer competition raised money to help kids who need life-saving treatment, where a special WRAL beer landed in the rankings. Plus, a cause on the coast, why a Granville County deputy went on a 3-day hike along our shoreline. And now here's WRAL's Renee Chu with a look at what we're working on for tomorrow morning.
Elizabeth will be tracking your bus stop temperatures. Ken will have a traffic update every 10 minutes. Plus, digging out of debt. 5 on Your Side breaks down what you can do right now to start paying down your credit card debt. Start your work week with us, beginning at 4:30 a.m.
Children in need of medical care are now one step closer thanks to many of you who attended Saturday's 10th annual Hops for Hope in North Hills. In the event's years, it has paired up with local breweries to raise millions of dollars in an effort to fly children and their families out for medical treatment. WRAL's Chris Michaels was at the event and shares more about the collaboration with Fainting Goat Brewing for this year's Weather Alert Day beer.
I think we all want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves.
That's the mission behind Hops for Hope, a decade-long tradition unique to the Triangle, raising money in the name of treating child illness. Tent by tent, the beer flows. And so does the energy.
About energy, it's about excitement, it's about fun, and it's about community.
Pat Nelly is the president and CEO of Children's Flight of Hope, a local nonprofit that has flown more than 2,500 children and their families for crucial medical treatments because of Hops for Hope.
It is hard for me to imagine a more important purpose than changing and saving the life of a child.
A purpose that convinced the Hollands to drive from Holly Springs to North Hills Saturday.
It's been a great day to be with the family. We've enjoyed a lot of great beers. And again, like she said, it's been a wonderful afternoon to celebrate and help Children's Flight for Hope.
We got to experience the joy right from behind the keg. Fainting Goat Brewing Company from Fuquay Varina brewed a WRAL-themed Weather Alert Day beer, specifically for Hops for Hope.
It has notes of tropical fruit, and then we'll add fruit purees, orange, pineapple, guava, passion fruit, key lime, and cherry.
Even better, after you cast your vote, you got to pet a goat, not a fainting goat. The feeling shared among hundreds that attended Saturday, whether it came from goats, music, beer, or community, truly was the greatest of all time. In Raleigh, Chris Michaels, WRAL News.
And Weather Alert Day won second place in the People's Choice category Saturday. We're still waiting to learn exactly how much money was raised during this year's event. A deputy in our area wrapped up a 3-day hike today to raise awareness for law enforcement suicide. Sergeant Madison Jordan from the Granville County Sheriff's Office covered 55 miles along our coastline. The 55 number represents the amount of time between law enforcement suicides each day, 55 minutes. The hike started Friday on Topsail Island and ended today in Surf City. Well, certainly some beautiful weather out there for that hike today, Amy, and a nice, beautiful sunset for us this evening on Lake Gaston. But of course, that's about to change with our week ahead.
It is, but it's nice that the rain comes during the work week. We don't have to worry about it on the weekend. Our outdoor plans were fine this weekend, but things are starting to change. We have an area of low pressure that's offshore right now, but it's going to start to move inland over the next 24 hours or so. Rain and storms will be possible Monday through Wednesday. Heavy rain will be possible as well, especially in the eastern and northeastern part of our viewing area. Tomorrow, it's just a 30% chance for rain, so a lot of the day will be dry, but eastern counties will have a better chance tomorrow. And then overnight tomorrow into Tuesday, that'll be our best chance for showers and perhaps some rumbles of thunder. As of now, we don't anticipate severe weather, but some storms are possible. We have a 40% chance on Wednesday, and then rain chances start to drop off as we approach the weekend, back up to a 30% chance on Sunday. Tonight should stay dry aside from maybe a sprinkle or two in our eastern counties. Tomorrow morning for the morning commute, most of us are dry with just cloudy skies. By the time we get to lunchtime, we could see some of those showers working into our northeastern counties as that low starts to move into North Carolina. And then for the evening commute along I-95 and points to the east, that's where we expect to see some showers. It's after sunset tomorrow that some of these showers might work their way into the Triangle area, and we could see a rumble of thunder or two. And then Tuesday morning, plan for some wet roads for the morning commute. Scattered showers and storms will be possible the first half of the day Tuesday. As we get into the afternoon, it'll be hit and miss showers and storms possible, and this will continue as we head into Wednesday as well. The highest rainfall totals will be closer to that low pressure center that will be along the North Carolina coast. In this region here, our northeastern counties, that's where we could see up to about 2 inches of rain. Across parts of the Triangle, half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, but certainly the higher totals look to be north and east of the Triangle. And this is rain that we could use. So far for September, we've only had about 3/4 of an inch in Raleigh. That puts us at a deficit of over 1.5 inches for the month. And in Fayetteville, you're looking a little bit better, just over 1 inch of rain, but still about 1 inch below normal. normal for the month of September. For the bus ride for the kids tomorrow, I think they're going to be fine. In the morning, just a 20% chance for rain, temperatures in the low 60s. In the afternoon, a 20% chance for rain in the Triangle, but a little bit higher in our eastern counties. So if you're in our eastern communities along I-95, you might want to send your kid to school with the rain jacket or the umbrella. Temperatures will be in the mid 70s. On to the tropics. We don't want to ignore this. This system now has a 70% chance of development. A lot of time to watch this as it continues to move to the west and northwest, but it is likely to become a tropical depression as we head into the middle part and the end of this week. But by the time we get to next Tuesday, it's still approaching the area of Bermuda, so we have a lot of time to watch this. We'll have several fronts moving through our area, and we're hoping that that will kind of keep it out to sea and away from us. But stay tuned on that. For Monday, maybe have the rain jacket just to be on the safe side, but eastern counties, you certainly have a higher chance for rain, 77 for the high. A bit unsettled Tuesday and Wednesday, and then that low pulls away from us, takes the rain with it, and then the temperatures climb. We're back in the upper 80s by the time we get to Friday.
Looking good for next weekend. Amy, thank you very much. All right, I know we had a spectacular day of football yesterday, Pat, but we're already ready to talk about something else.
I know, my season's about to get even busier because it's almost basketball season, and here's proof for you. Basketball is being dribbled in Chapel Hill, and for a good cause. How the men's and women's teams were giving back this morning. Next. Is it just me, or did Bill Belichick look fresh in this fit yesterday? I mean, visor, old school pullover. Dare I say he looked like a college coach? He's got the swagger back, and so does his team. Speaking of looking good, how about Damon June? My God, 148 yards and a touchdown in a 41-6 win over Richmond. The true freshman out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, had to work his way up the depth chart, but now that he's here, Belichick is comparing him to some of his Patriot greats.
You know, I've had a lot of players like that, the Troy Browns, the Julian Edelmans, the Rex Burkheads, the guys like that they just keep doing stuff and it grows on you and you keep putting more on them and then they keep showing up and producing. So to this point, he's continued to make good progress.
Confidence-building win for the entire team. Tar Heels travel to UCF next week, or Central, as Bill called them. I know my Orlando friends will love that. Basketballs are bouncing in Chapel Hill again. The season is almost here, and no better way to get back in the spirit than with the Dribble for Victory Over Cancer event. This raised $100,000 last year, and organizers expect to reach that mark again. The more you dribble, the more you win. The UNC men's and women's basketball teams participating in the 4th annual Dribble for Victory Over Cancer event.
Yeah, it's a great event. We're out here for the kids, and it's good putting a smile on their face. So yeah, I'm glad to be out here.
Chapel Hill native Jaron Stevenson happy to be home, giving back after transferring from Alabama.
Yeah, I feel like it's a big thing, giving back to the community. Yeah, just being there for them, supporting them. They support us, so I feel like it's a big thing.
Kai and Evans also getting a chance to give back here for the first time.
I mean, it's amazing. I think it's affected everybody in some type of way. So to be out here and do this for a good cause is always great.
For Evans, cancer took a grandparent.
Actually, I lost my grandma my senior year of high school, and that was definitely a big thing for me for sure. So being out here is big for me.
For women's head coach Courtney Banghart, it was a high school teammate.
Today was her celebration of life, someone who lost the battle, and it was up in New Hampshire, and instead of being there, we were able to give a donation to this great cause on behalf of her daughter's name. And so it was her daughter's first donation to a fight that her mother had lost, and so it's extra special for me today.
They dribble for victory, so no one has to lose this battle again. The NC Courage kept themselves in the NWSL playoff picture with a 2-1 win last night. So always nice to look good with the commissioner in the house. Small market beating a big market. That's the kind of competitive balance Commissioner Jessica Berman likes to see. And WRAL's Brian Murphy sat down with Berman to discuss a possible new Courage Stadium and the continued growth of the league, among other topics.
You ask yourself, like, why is it now that only in the last 3 years has women's professional soccer been put on the map? It's because we are now applying some of those best practices that exist in men's sports, which are not that novel and are pretty simple, but hard to do. And we have a lot of lost ground to make up. And I think there's a sense of urgency around our league and around our boardroom to make sure that we make the investments to be the best league in the world.
That full interview up on WRALSportsFan.com. And no Panthers highlights right now, Eric, because they're in progress, but things not looking good right now at Arizona. We'll see if they can come back.
We will have to wait and see how that one turns out. Pat, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us here this evening. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow.